What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over the Of the Wild set and how you could get it in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In the previous game, Breath of the Wild, this was the completion reward for all 120 shrines. However, that is not the case in Tears of the Kingdom. In fact, there is literally nothing preventing you from going to these exact locations and getting the Of the Wild set as soon as you get the Paraglider and maybe some Bright Bloom seeds, because all of it's going to be in the depths. I'm going to be going over all three pieces, the required items to upgrade them, and why the armor is so good. Great, let's get into it. I don't know if you have all of the depths unlocked, but it definitely makes it easier. I am going to be showing you the overworld location. So say, for example, you don't have this area unlocked, I'll show you where it is on the surface to give you a point of reference. The first piece of the depths armor we're going to be getting is going to be located right here. You're going to see an outline of a giant skeleton. And if we look to the surface, this is going to be right underneath the Leviathan in Eldin. If you immediately now know the rest of the video, do me a favor, hit a like on the way out. But if you don't, I'm going to be going over in detail how you're going to be able to get this. There's going to be a light route located nearby called the Kayam light route, opposite of the Mayak shrine. People seem still surprised to learn that the light routes are directly underneath the shrines, even though I've said it in like 12 videos. And the closest chasm for you to enter is going to be Death Mountain. However, if you have not started the Yunobo questline, this is not an active chasm, so therefore your closest one is going to be here next to the Tifla ruins at the Drennan Highlands chasm. At that point, you're then going to have to go north around the Gliok Den, activate this light route, stay along this north path all the way to over here. This area is going to require you to have Flame Guard level 2 armor in order for you to not completely burn up to a crisp. Your third piece doesn't really matter. Also, make sure none of your arrows, shields, weapons, or anything else is wood-based, otherwise it's gonna burn. And if you've already unlocked this light route, you should be able to see the very front of the skeleton already, who's gonna be right over there. So it's gonna be just a short trip over. And this is the Eldin Dark Skeleton. It's not that dark right now because I lit up all the depths. Oh, there's going to be some gloom hands here, so be careful of them. You actually don't need to initiate with them or fight them or anything else. Instead, we're just going to keep going forward and we are going to be climbing up the skeleton. Once you make your way toward the front, you're going to see a chest sitting here by itself. There's also going to be some Horriblins who, again, you do not have to interact with. And that's the Trousers of the Wild. Strangely enough, they're the most comfortable pair of pants you've ever worn. Maybe because they're yours. Our next piece of the Wild set is going to be here underneath the Hebra Dark Skeleton, located right here. If you're looking at the surface, this is just north of the Hebra North Summit. It's a very large skeletal structure, a little difficult to miss. And if you didn't know, on the surface, right here is going to be a cave. That is the cave of the Hebra Great Skeleton. So it's directly underneath the Hebra Great Skeleton. If you've already figured out the rest of the video, hit a like on the way out. I have this light route activated, the Kato light route, which is just under the Otak shrine, and I'm probably going to go from there. However, if you haven't unlocked that, you do have quite a journey ahead of you, because the closest chasm is probably still going to be this chasm over here at the Tifla ruins, the Drennan Highlands chasm. I know there's one under Rito Village, but that's specifically for the Hebra mine. So yeah, it looks like you're going to have to make your way all the way from over here, or this one over here at Hyrule Ridge, but then you're going to have to gain a lot of altitude and make your way on over and up, and it's going to be a slog, I'm telling you now. From this light route, you're actually going to be able to see a lot of the skeleton, however, it's going to be tucked away just behind right there. Let's go ahead and head on over. Making our way to the Hebra Dark Skeleton. If you glide down right at the jawbone of the giant skeleton, here is going to be a chest that we're going to be getting. And that is going to be the Cap of the Wild. Wearing it just feels so right. The third and final piece of the Wild set is going to be located at the bottom left. Here is the Gerudo Dark Skeleton. This one is actually a little bit more difficult to see because the Gerudo area is a very high altitude. However, all the way at the bottom left of the map is going to be the location of the skull of the Gerudo Dark Skeleton. Looking at the surface, here's the Dragon's Exile and the Arbiter's Grounds, and here's actually the cave of the Gerudo Great Skeleton, which in the previous game it was visible in the overworld and there was a great fairy there, but you know, sand changes over time. And over here is where we need to go. The closest light route is not really that close, and that's going to be right here at the Gerudo Underground Cemetery, the Kasari light route, just underneath the Irisak Shrine. However, if you don't have this unlocked, you're probably going to be making your way from over here at the Burita Lookout Chasm, and then you're going to be heading a lot south. Southwest. Southwest, yeah, definitely southwest. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a little waypoint marker. I always go from red to blue to green, and if I don't see blue, I just skip to green. RGB. Sorry, I got distracted. I have a little clock in my room that dings every time a milestone happens, and I just hit 2.25 million subscribers. So, to everyone who recently subscribed from the Tears of the Kingdom content, I just want to say thank you so much. I have a lot more planned, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Even though I've lit up pretty much this entire place, this corner is still real dark. I mean, fitting given the name, the Gerudo Dark Skeleton, right? Here is the body, and then the body sort of goes underground and breaks apart, and we need to go all the way to the end. Oh, except for that really bright building over there. And making our way down. Here's going to be the front of the skeleton. And right inside, let's light it up a bit. Right here is going to be the chest that we need, and the Tunic of the Wild. Strangely enough, it's just your size. Hi, it's me now, like, I don't know, 3 days later after I recorded the first part, because I realized that no one had a good dragon farming video, and all the dragon farming videos were missing some information, so I put out my own dragon farming video, because we are going to definitely need dragon parts in order to upgrade the Of the Wild set. For the Of the Wild set, you have to have dragon parts. I'm pretty sure you need 2 of every single elemental dragon part. So for level 1 for Cap of the Wild, you need Acorns and Ferocious Scale. For Tunic of the Wild, Acorns and Nadra Scale, and then for Trousers of the Wild, Acorn and Dinral Scale. I put out a whole video on how to get all of the dragon parts, so you're gonna need 2 of each of all the elemental dragon parts. And then just a bunch of acorns, so go chop some trees. So I got a fun fact for you. For the Fierce Deity armor, you also need all of the dragon parts. However, the top piece and the bottom piece, which dragon it is actually inverted, because, you know, the Fierce Deity is like evil power and the Of the Wild is like good power, so it's reversed. Get it? I got it. For level 2, you're gonna need 2 of all of the elemental claws, Feroce, Dinral, and Nadra, and then you're also gonna need 5 Courser Bee Honeys. And then for the next level, we're gonna need some energetic rhino beetles. Yes, I went to the compendium and I bought out the compendium, but I did take a picture of the energetic rhino beetle, and I know a couple of places to get them. There used to be a nice farming route that was here in East Necluda at all the trees here, but that seems less consistent now, and the #1 place that I have found so far is going from the Lakeside Stable to the Bronus Forest. These tall trees over here, I seem to have a lot of luck. This is where the Dondons are. And I think it needs to be daytime. Maybe it helps if it's daytime. I'm not too sure. This is my first time testing it while it's nighttime. And I think it needs to be clear. But again, haven't fully tested that either. Oh, yep, nighttime. And I need to put on my sneaky clothes. And then in order to find, oh, there's one right up there. In order to find these, you have to like climb up the tree. And sometimes they're in pairs like this. I believe that's the attack up beetle, which is nice and handy. Yeah, the bladed. Fun fact, all 3 of these beetles can also drop from fighting Evermeans. So if you ever fight an Evermean tree, get ready to drop whatever fell from it. I know it could also drop hightail lizards, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so level 3 is gonna require 3 energetic rhino beetles, 2 shards of Fang, and 5 shards of Spike from the respective dragons. Trousers, Dinral, Tunic, Nadra, and Cap is Feroce. Need to go get more energetic rhino beetles. Okay, I thought I needed the different beetles, but nope, I need 9 in total. Okay. But now, most importantly, we can see that the final level is going to require 3 star fragments, 2 horns, and 10 spikes of respective dragons. And for Cap, Feroce, For Tunic, it's going to be Nadra, and for Trousers, Dinral, which is also going to be some of the best defense in the game, which is on par with the Zonite helm, and then also the final level of like the Soldier's armor. So yeah, the Of the Wild set is a significantly better version of the Soldier armor. And what's our bonus? Our set bonus is that just one stage of attack up? That's it? Well, okay then. Just one stage of attack up. I almost forgot the most important part about the Of the Wild set, which is unique to the Of the Wild set, which can't be applied to any of the other Link sets via amiibo or game. It's that this set is allowed to be dyed with Sage. You can go ahead and make the Of the Wild set any color that you want it to be. You can go for black, you can go for white, blue, orange, don't know why you would want to do that. Brown, yeah, a lot of these don't look great. I do like the red and beige. I've always liked it. It's reminiscent of the Goron tunic from Ocarina of Time for me, so big fan of that. And it only takes apples. Yep, big fan of that. Well, there you go. That's how you're gonna get the Of the Wild set in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If you guys found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, turning on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.